Welcome back to the North Florida Sports Network.
Rest in peace, college football. You had a good run, man. It was a great sport once.
I'm hot sick. I've been, that was in the bank for a loss.
For a loss. But
That was in the bank.
It'll work for
I'm
this
heart
one.
sick.
We didn't lose this year.
No.
Surprisingly, like everybody else.
No. No. It's the
Man.
rankings were just revealed,
Yeah.
and Florida State drops one after winning a ACC championship by double digits.
Finishing the season undefeated.
By shutting down a team that scored averaged 33 points a game.
Yeah. So I tell you what, man, beating Oklahoma State was definitely worth a 4-spot jump.
Beating a team, yeah. Beating it, yeah.
Because blowing out a team that UCF blew out, that's really impressive.
Mm-hmm. Or New Mexico State went into Jordan Hare and beat Auburn 3 scores better than the team that needed a 4th and 31 Hail Mary to do the same thing. Not to mention losing at home losing at home. You had an out of conference schedule. All right. Florida State's out of conference opponent was LSU.
Right.
Alabama's out of conference opponent was Texas.
They got Texas and Bryant Denny.
Yeah, and they lost. They lost. But hey, we benched Jalen Monroe and we taught him how to play. Well, so what?
Right.
It goes back. It goes back to what I'm trying to explain this to an attorney who's interested only because they're talking about lawyer stuff and not football.
Yeah.
So breaking it down by the bylaws that they set up by this fraudulent committee, when they set up pretty much a board chair to decide something that should be a sport. So this was inevitable. And it's poetic that it happens on the last season. Next year you'll have qualifiers, but it shouldn't come down to that. And I don't want to say best. The whole best thing, well then why play the game? Why play the game?
Yeah, because it's profitable.
It's profitable, and these matchups are profitable. And to think anything other than that would be unrealized. And that's why I'm going to give the unrealized to myself.
I'm going to give... Yeah, we're going to go.
I'm going to give it to myself, man.
I'm going to give it to every college football fan out there that still, believed that it was still anything other than just
unrealized idea.
Who's
going to get the most eyes on the TV?
Yeah, and I know that best, and I remember back in the 90s, there's some best. Man, what if they had this back in the day? Yeah. Some of those teams wide right. Oh yeah, but that team wasn't best. But you know why? You know why it's so great and historic about it is because the upsets happen and teams are allowed to come back and get revenge or be able to play with an injured player and step up for him.
Right.
And still be dominant.
Well, this is bigger, man.
It shouldn't matter. Like the game shouldn't come, but based on the best thing, so they pretty much made it subjective and they took the sport out of it. And they've gotten lucky. And they haven't flipped on that up till now. Yeah. And they knew they did it, and it was something they wrote in the bylaws. But for what? To write that in takes away the whole. What the hell? I mean, what are you doing anyway?
Yeah. I mean, hey, man. I think it's pretty cut and dry. It
was cut and dry. They just blew it. The agenda was set.
What you saw is for weeks.
Yeah.
As soon as Jordan Travis got hurt.
Yeah, they was there.
Right.
They didn't have a chance.
You had the entire sports.
They didn't have a chance.
Sports leader, ESPN, pushing a narrative of best.
Right.
And for some reason, things like, say, Alabama's 3-point win over Auburn.
Right.
Was much more impressive and indicative of being better than Florida State, winning with
2 different quarterbacks.
Because it looked
winning with 2 different quarterbacks
and it looked more entertaining.
Yes, exactly.
Which one was it? Was it, people watched this game in its entirety and that doesn't really have anything to do with best.
Offense moves the needle, man.
Right. Offense moves the needle. They like teams that look pretty when they win. They don't look at the substance. There's literally no difference between Auburn and Florida.
Right.
None. And one team needed just
there's just
prayer
games this year that you played that one of them you actually lost by double digits. There was a game that you needed a prayer to win. Is there any point at this season that Florida State handled where they were at any point put up maybe BC?
Yeah,
maybe.
Okay, fine. That's on the road to BC. But
you still won the game.
I go back to,
and it didn't take a you stopped them and it didn't take a Hail Mary.
On the road to BC when you're, 31-29 win on the road at BC.
And then the ACC
is that somehow less impressive than a 17-7 win on the road against USF?
Yeah, the ACC had a better record against the SEC.
It's got nothing to do with any of that.
But what does it have to do with then?
It has to do with television. The fact that we're not going to leave the SEC out of the playoff.
Well, they knew that when they set up the thing.
Yeah,
and that's where you kind of in the back of your head
moved to number 3 because we can't justify leaving Texas out at all if we're going to have the SEC in there.
Right.
We could have done it if Georgia wins. Yeah, no, if Georgia beats Alabama, then the SEC is going to make it.
Right. Florida State's in.
Right. That's what screwed everything. That's what's so amazing about this is that if Georgia wins and it comes down to Florida State and Texas as, which team's more deserving, they're going to look at, okay, well, Florida State is undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't look at
Alabama.
Yeah, because they have to get the SEC in there.
Well, that's where you have a problem with it. You need to have there shouldn't be rankings when it's just ridiculous. It's football.
No, it's not football anymore.
It's not football anymore.
The sport is dead.
It's a reality TV.
Yeah, it's professional wrestling with a little bit less of a scripted outcome.
It is. Yeah, it is, man. It's
dead. The legitimacy of the sport is over. You saw it drag out over the last few weeks. Exactly what dictates what in college football.
Who do you think you are? I am.
It's not.
It's sad.
Wins and losses.
You take like a break from. So you remember
I would say anybody that.
What do? We just go bird
has
watching,
the capacity, to just start ignoring college football. Just ignore it, man. It's a dead sport. It's stupid. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. You saw that right now. You saw that today. And you know what? You know what it's going to move towards next year and in the future. They're going to 12 playoffs. And that's what it's going to be, man. It's going to be a 3-4 hour show every Saturday. And those same 4 idiots are going to be up there. And what they're going to be bitching about and arguing about is going to be who's seated where. And, well, this is who, all these bylaws, and they look good. They should be 7. No, they should be sitting at the 9 seed. And who cares?
Yeah.
And ultimately, who cares?
Because it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a bunch of teams. You're going to get to the point where it's.
So be happy that you won your rivalry games.
Yeah. Why? If you're a good team, why not just rest your starters early in the season, knowing that later in the season when everybody's going to be paying attention, that's when you need to look good. That's when you need to look your best, man. You're going to start playing for that 12-game playoff and not so much just playing the season.
Yeah,
that leads me to my next point. Yeah. Mike Norvell, if I'm Mike Norvell, I get the whole team together. I obviously address them, and then I find every single player that is considering the NFL draft or is going to go to the NFL, and I tell them to a man, opt out.
Yeah.
You got nothing left to prove to anybody.
Right. You've done
the
what
team,
you had to
the
do.
players, they don't owe the fans anything. Nope. They've given the fans everything that we could have asked for.
Right.
They did.
And we don't want you to risk injury.
No, for what?
Some
for who? For what?
Crap bowl game doesn't mean diddly poo, man.
It doesn't mean anything. You could go out there
and play Georgia now.
Yeah, go play Georgia or go play another.
But if you were good, it wouldn't matter. But you're not giving us a chance.
It doesn't matter. We are good.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter anyway.
It doesn't. You
won.
think
anybody thinks UCF is really the national title winner and their little undefeated season? Does like you said? Does anybody remember Auburn?
Right.
No, dude. If you're going to the NFL, if you're an NFL prospect, you're on Florida State. If I'm Mike Norvell, I say, dude, I understand. Even the kids that want to play, dude, I understand. But this is nothing more than an early practice.
Yeah.
You guys can still practice, stay in shape, but get ready for the NFL. It's time for us to start working the young kids out.
Yep. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah, screw
the whole system. We're just trying to make
any of it have, especially
we're just trying to make you good and better at being a man and be a better NFL talent. All you can do is control that.
Exactly.
I mean, I just saw his reaction. I mean, you could see just heartbreak.
Yeah. You hate it for everybody here, dude. And you got to sit up there and you got to listen to people like Greg McElroy and Joey Galloway and we're so sorry for F. You're not sorry for it. You pushed the narrative for the last 3 weeks. You constructed what best was. You literally sat there every day and whittled Florida State down into just Jordan Travis.
Yep.
You ignored every single other player on that that team.
Yep.
It was going on last night. Jesse Palmer, suggesting Mike Norvell, try to put it in for more style points.
Exactly.
Like, we got to look sexier. We can't just, we can't do what football is and do the smart thing to secure the win. You got to look sexy, man.
The consequences of giving in to a narrative of the moment are destructive, far-reaching, and permanent. Not just for Florida State, but college football as a whole. It's from FSU AD Mike Alford.
Yeah, I mean, there's bigger things at play here for Florida State. This, for me, like, dude, you got to get out of the ACC.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For
this
sure.
has nothing to do with teams in the ACC not being as good as teams in the other. It's 100% about the ACC has no media pull. The SEC is the ESPN's top dog.
Yep.
The ACC sits back and takes whatever.
And they were like, well, we're not going to not have Alabama.
If you're not going to put us in the SEC and in our big conference, then we're going to go and try to get in the Big Ten and have Fox pushing it. ACC, none, dude. None. Yeah.
And you're honestly creating a monopoly of sorts.
Exactly. I'm not a lawyer, but there seems to be a collusion with
right.
Kind of a conflict of interest with ESPN and all of this shit. But again,
they own the sport and both networks.
Yeah.
And when they pay more for one, and it's just, when you have all that, it's just a shame. And I remember when this committee came out, and how could you forget if you're an FSU fan? And it just happens to be
like
Florida State
showing you just
has
how
to be the
be.
poster child of the BCS era and the Bowl Alliance era.
Yeah. You see how we're going to use you.
The Bowl Alliance with Ohio State. Like, it goes, this sport has just always been like this. I guess that's why it's just nothing more than a reality TV show.
Right. That's kind of what it is now, is that it was never played out on television for you until now.
And what you love about it is the competitiveness, the chance that you have, and no matter against odds, but you don't, because you don't control. Yeah, you don't. You only control what you can control, and you went out and did everything you were supposed to do.
That's what I'm saying, man. When it goes to 12 teams, I'm telling you, you're going to see teams.
There should have been bylaws.
Early season just start to
the best team crap. I just.
Man, it's trash.
They don't do that in any other tournament. They don't do that in March Madness. They don't do that in the NFL playoffs. You earn your spot. It should be earned, not decided on politically.
Yeah. For me, I don't understand why they didn't just go ahead and start dropping Florida State. It would have been less of a
right
as soon as it why
as soon as it happens.
Yeah, why keep them there?
Just put them at 9 and be like, hey, this is where we think they are. But don't just, hey, they're at 4, they're at 4, they're at 4. They're just avoiding it. They were praying to God.
They had to sell drama.
And they were just hoping that Auburn didn't do what they did, or Georgia would have won. Yeah. Just for the people on that committee's sake, so they didn't. It's got to be a nightmare for everyone. But like, the reason why it's messed up is because the bylaws are subjective. It's what do you think the best team are, but there's no set standard to figure that out. So
we
becomes like
called it
a money raising fundraiser. Who can recruit the best? Who can get the most? And then you go back to what we've been talking about, the TV deals and who's paying for what. Yeah. And you're like, well, no, but then you get a chance to play it out on the field, right? And no matter what, they might have 4 stars and 5 stars, but you got a chance because you can play the game and you work your ass off all year. And you can go out there and you can play the game and
you can be a
win
team
every
like
single game.
New Mexico State and roll into Jordan Hare and beat them by 3 touchdowns.
Right, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, if one of our big guys figures it out and their 5-star learns how to throw the ball and halfway through the season,
or they change the offense, they play a little bit weaker
after they've already,
whatever, dude.
They struggled after they benched him, so we don't have to there's no. We're not punishing losses. We're forgiving losses. Yeah, and we're not rewarding. We're not rewarding results. We're not.
You can look good enough. Just look
good.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What are we teaching?
Well, what I don't want to.
This is a sad.
I don't want to send stray shots at Washington, but I kind of
send him to everybody. Send him. It's the microscope. How come the microscope wasn't shined? Because
their only
injury?
win is Oregon.
Their injury? They had lost an offensive tackle. Their only win was Oregon. Yeah. Who else did they beat?
Why? Yeah, I don't.
Who did they play out of conference?
Why they automatically?
Who did they play out of conference?
No one.
Who did Michigan play out of conference?
No one.
Okay.
But
why was Michigan or Washington always just automatically in? Because they didn't have an injury?
Yeah. Yeah.
They've taken one.
Well, they look better at times, I guess.
Yeah.
That's where you. And it all comes down to
where it's decided on the field, and not where fucking bunch of old white dudes or where.
Yeah, or that's what it is, man. You saw
bunch of old retired people. There's
bunch of slobs just sitting
around deciding. Yeah. And no disrespect to them. It's not fair that they have to decide that.
No, I'll disrespect to each and every one.
It's a shame. It's a damn shame. You know what? They should have kept I've been saying this. Should have kept the damn BCS rankings.
Yeah, FSU
and just move it to 4
in the BCS.
They are?
Yeah, they're 4 in BCS.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
What are the final BCS rankings?
I think it's Alabama. I can't remember if it's Texas or Alabama at 3, but Michigan and Washington are number 2. FSU is at number 4.
Oh, well.
Yeah, but it's not about rankings anymore.
It's not about it.
Yeah. So
it's not what you're perceived to be. Even if you do everything you have, there's no chance for you if you're not donating the money, if you're not paying for this. And you can see that now. Ticket prices are going to go up. Why? What makes a fan like, why am I going to go see a team so they can go undefeated and not even have a chance? No, because we got to pay more because these other teams are paying more. So it's not about the field. It's about money.
Really hard to convince people to keep pouring money and interest into it at all.
It's really tough.
Yeah, man. It's just like I said, sport's dead. If you are on the fan, if you have the capability of being able to just ignore
discounting
college football,
the results on the field,
I would encourage it.
Yeah,
it's reality TV at this point, which isn't healthy. It's been proven in science.
Yeah, this isn't healthy.
No, it's not.
This has not been healthy. I didn't get any sleep.
Nobody got any sleep.
I didn't get any sleep.
Sucks for the kids, but like I said, they did everything that fan base could ask.
Don't even worry about this. I hope they don't even go to the bowl game.
Well, they're going. It's
to.
Money and it's a chance to it's a chance to practice. You know, you got a bunch of young kids on the team that are going to need reps. Experience. It's just.
Oh well, man.
Yeah, well, they're scared.
Nobody
wants any of this.
Nobody
defense.
wants that D, man.
No, dude.
Nobody wants another 4 weeks with Tate Rodemaker.
Get the shit out of here with.
It's just bullshit.
Jalen Milroe.
Well, he lost.
Yeah, he lost.
He lost the game.
He lost the game. You know, we didn't know how to use them properly.
That's on you.
That's your fault, man.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Because
you get allowed to.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's stupid. I mean, we'll. Who knows, dude? Who cares at this point? But you know, it's something that I'm serious about, dude. Like,
bark at the damn bird, run!
I don't think Mike Norvell has that kind of like just give up kind of feeling in him.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he sat there,
but I would
2 seconds, and he went up and then like, but that's not like one of the players would be like, well, dude, I love you, man, but
what do you want us to say? Like, I don't want you guys to say anything, man. You know, you gave everything you can. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Yeah, I'd start having I'd have the individual meetings with the players. Start talking to them. Start your interviews at the end of the season.
Well, they're gonna decide. Yeah, they'll get announced. The bowl announcements, man. Where are they gonna play? They're going to the Orange Bowl.
Shouldn't matter. You should be talking to the players right now.
Yeah.
One-on-one conversations with all your guys.
Trey Benson playing in the Orange Bowl?
No.
Keon Coleman playing in the Orange Bowl?
No. Johnny Wilson, are you going to go to the draft? Are you going to come back? Either way, no. You don't need to play. Play for what? For who?
Yeah. All the D tackles?
No, why?
Jared Verse?
I mean, Jared Verse? Hell no. Fisk? Right. Hell no. Farmer, Josh Farmer, if you want to play with
you're coming back.
If you want to play with D-Jack one last time, you know, we'll see.
It's up to you, but like you make it clear that you're in the
Yeah, if you guys have any intentions of jumping into the NFL,
do it.
Or going to the Senior Bowl, because
you guys played great on defense.
Guys can go to the Senior Bowl this year and come back.
NFL, and the NFL scouts are looking at game tape. They saw the performances that they had on defense. They're not deciding
the new thing this year. Underclassmen can go to these All-Star games and then come back if they want. Even if kids are thinking about doing that, I would say, all right,
it's a travesty.
Opt out. Don't even play in this bowl game.
And I know that there's best teams that it just, when you put up the bylaws to have best as such a broad subjective thing. I mean, why? You knew it was coming inevitably. Whenever you had a situation where they could flex, they were doing it.
The thing that is supposed to, when it's supposed
the easy way out, and they didn't take it.
When you write a bylaw like that, the assumption is, and I can't believe that it has to be explained in sports, is that you're comparing two teams that have the identical record.
Right. Nope.
So
but that's the best thing. Get in there.
No, it's subjective. Yeah. It's like, all right, well, it could mean that we want the 4 teams we want to see play the most because we think they're the best.
That should have been in there.
And that's what it is.
If you're undefeated, and you can't be compared against a team that has a loss.
That you would think that's the way that football has worked.
That's how the playoff system started.
For a long time.
Getting ranked behind a team with a loss, and that's how it ended. Getting ranked behind 4 teams, another 2 teams with losses.
Right.
Ranked ahead of FSU.
I'm going to be honest, man. Ohio State won a title in 2002, and bro, they needed Hail Mary week after week just to get through that season.
It's just wrong.
And
takes away the beauty of the sport, man.
Whatever.
It's just I feel so bad for Coach Norvell. I feel so bad for AD Mike Alford. But more importantly, I still feel so bad for those players. And what do you say to them? I
don't think there's anything you can't say.
Yeah.
Like nothing, this has never happened. You got to tell, dude, this has never happened before in college football.
What you do, you can control how you react to it. And
well, you got to show them. They're like, dude, he's a grown man, 40. Like, dude, I'm left speechless, guys.
Yeah.
So, I understand that all of you are left speechless and hurt. Like that's just how it is. You got to take it.
We lost because a guy got injured, and you guys got his back.
No, we didn't lose anything.
You didn't lose anything. You're right.
You didn't
lose.
Yeah.
You haven't lost a damn thing. That's totally right.
You got screwed over because big money networks wanted something else.
Because they thought that.
Nah, man.
The bylaws say the 4 best teams by these 13 individuals decided there's someone's better than you. Someone's better than you, and we're not going to be able to decide it on the field, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Everything that I've been saying all year.
Yeah. Sorry.
What does that mean?
Sorry, nothing.
Guys. I didn't mean any. I'm sorry. My bad.
What do you tell?
I wish I could go back and tell you.
It can get you success, man. You can be successful. Everything you did, it got you the 13-0 and the championship, and it will.
I'll tell you right now, the character that they, how you respond to this in life. I guess that's going to be a lesson, but man, it feels stupid. It feels the sport feels dumb. The sport feels just absolutely stupid. And I know, hey, you're the North Florida Sports Network. Hey, Austin, you got your degree from Florida State.
Yep.
Well, duh. Well, hey, man, you're a rabid fan for FSU. Well, I am. You know what? I am. And I came back to this to watch it, and I started this thing because I missed my damn father, and we used to talk about these things after the job, sitting on the work, and you can hear him after every show. We talked about these things, and it was fun to be able to talk about upsets and talk about, you can't decide it out there. That's why they play the game and all that stuff. But all that's dead now.
No, it's not why they play the game anymore.
It's not.
Now they play the game for advertisement.
Yeah.
So people are getting caught up in bylaws and things like that. And
Tip of the cap to the committee.
Right.
There's your tip of the cap.
All the bylaws talk, all the talking heads on ESPN, all of that stuff is just to get people to ignore the fact that what they're really doing is picking what they assume is going to get the most watchers, the most eyeballs on TV. And the thought of
so much money involved.
Right. And they took a hit last year when TCU had to play Georgia for the title game.
Yep.
And this perceived, oh man, what if we get in there and Florida State
lays a stinker? Meetings.
Yeah.
These are board meetings, and that's what that committee is now. Yeah. It's a charade.
It's not
that
best.
This is a committee of football
right
minds, and they came up with an objective thing
There's no team in that playoff that's going to blow Florida State out.
Yeah.
There's not a team in the country that's going to blow Florida State out. Not that defense.
No.
Yeah, but
they were denied a chance. So whatever. This is the worst. And I want to say, if this happened to Miami, I'd be just as pissed. Not like emotionally, I guess, but it would be bullshit.
Well, I'm sure the rival.
If it's happened to Clemson,
they're probably laughing their dicks off.
Yeah,
man.
but if this happened to Clemson, it'd be bull crap.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
It would. Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't. This shit wouldn't happen in Clemson.
Yeah,
they'd be like, wow, but he's 5-star backup, and Dabo would have been like all over that politic and.
Yeah, he's a media clown. He's a puppet. That's what he does.
Norvell did it the right way, man.
Norvell had to win games.
Built, man, just toughness. Yeah, and I saw this team all year.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like this is a roster that had to be developed and put together piece by piece from different areas, and they're not this big, sexy. We had back-to-back #1 recruiting classes type of roster.
I mean, oh my God,
You thank him for the season.
You thank him, man. And what do you say to FSU fans?
To FSU fans,
yeah,
thank them. I mean, you just like what I would say to FSU football fans is if you have the capacity to just not care about the sport, I would suggest it. I don't want to say stop supporting the team and stop going to the games and no,
because it's a heartbroken fan.
Yeah, it's fun to watch football, but don't put as much into it as you.
They wonder,
you want to because
that's
it's just a joke.
Because you're not going to be able to compete when you put everything into it.
Even if you do compete and you
can't
do
everything,
won't
let you in.
Yeah, exactly. It can come down to we don't like the way you
you'll
look
be able
when
to
you're
get
doing
in.
it.
You'll be able to automatically get in. That's the only way you'll be able to get in. It'll be 12 teams. You'll get 4 teams from the Big 12. 4 teams from the SEC.
Moving forward, you're just going to see that the ACC is dead.
Cal and Stanford and SMU without even taking money into your conference. It's a sham, man.
Yeah,
and I love so many things about it.
It had a good run,
and it's so heartbreaking to see. But you realize I get their point. I get, hey, Vegas would have these teams favored, but they had Oregon favored against Washington by double digits, that shouldn't be what it's about. It's about what it's earned on the field. And when they said best, without defining what best is, the thing was inevitably going to happen, and it happened in the last year possible to FSU.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a shame. And, what do you tell your kids? You say, "Hey, you did everything you did. You're a champion," and we're just worry about you, man.
Yeah, you got a ring.
Damn,
it's
so sad. They're always gonna for the rest of their life have to be. The sport died a little bit today.
Oh, it completely died. The college football. I mean, you still got the NFL, which is records determine those playoffs,
right?
So it's still got some legitimacy.
That's true.
It's also very, very media driven.
It is.
But college, dude, I'm telling you, the only real pure college athletics.
It's been like that for a while, and it happens right to you your team, I guess, or right in your backyard.
You got college baseball.
And this didn't happen to anybody before,
and then
nobody even got close.
No,
just last year. TCU made the daggum playoff after losing
2 losses, right?
No, they lost their first game, but lost in the Big 12 championship and got in.
They lost their last game of the season and got in because
Georgia 2 years ago won a national championship after losing the conference. That was the last game they won. I mean, they've never beaten Alabama in an SEC championship.
Yeah, so
I mean,
why is it so impressive that Alabama beat them?
Well.
Yeah, I get it. They were number 1, and it's impressive. But why is it worthy?
But it's not more important. I would say impressive is not more important to the sport. And to have that,
the fact that you lost at home,
Coach Valvano moment, and to have these moments that we teach everyone that it's about what you do on the field, and it's not. And they did that when the bylaws are written.
It's dead.
And technically, they could say all these things and be like, well, we want to make sure that the best teams are playing. It's about your matchup, so we want to have the best matchup. And that's not right. That's not why the sport's doing it. Otherwise, the Dan and Dave guy, remember in the Olympics?
Oh, yeah.
They would have put those guys in the Olympics, right?
Yeah, they would have.
The one guy didn't qualify, right?
No, he didn't.
But they put a lot of damn money in those marketing campaigns.
My God, those are great. They were the future of the country, man. And athletic supremacy.
It's not already going to be, you're a homer. You're just saying that because it's Florida State. Whatever.
Well, yeah, of course.
I would be saying the same thing. Hell yeah, I'm pissed. But I would be saying the same thing if it happened to anybody in any of the Power 5 conferences.
Yeah, with less fury and rage, but like if just they played, talking about
they played really... LSU and Florida on the road, and they beat them. At Clemson, they beat them.
It went up to Death Valley. No. Nobody did it except us again this season.
Right. Notre Dame got handled.
Yeah.
Notre Dame got handled by Louisville.
It's I won't say it's complete collusion, but it sure smells like it, man.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's just a sport, and it's for making money.
Just money. Yeah, we gotta pay these kids now, so they're gonna.
And the nightmare happened, and they weren't about to piss off the breadwinner.
No, not
the
Nick.
breadwinner got fed.
Yeah.
Not when Nick's eating. We feel so sorry. They don't.
No,
don't believe
cares.
Any of that crap.
Nobody cares.
Nobody gives two craps.
Yeah, and it's whatever, dude. The sport is now,
it's died,
dead, over, finished.
So what are we gonna do? I guess.
I mean, I still watch football, but like, what's the point of really caring?
Get into bird watching, man.
Yeah,
I really am going to get my binoculars. I'm gonna go out, hit the trails. Learn more about those birds out there, and what kind of birds, the environments, what trees,
their mating habits.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Stuff that matters.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Rosenberger.
No.
Sucks, man.
Give me back my son.
Personally, I guess I'd like to see Michigan win it all.
I don't even want to watch it.
No, I mean, just hear me out. Yeah. Just hear me out. Michigan win it all. Harbaugh immediately, take a job with the Bears or whoever, and then come out nonchalant and be like, oh yeah, we were stars.
Oh yeah. Not to mention Michigan was cheating the whole time.
Yeah, we kept doing.
Oh, let's not even talk about that. Yeah. They're number one.
They're number one, dude.
They're number one.
We forgot about all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that whole manifesto about that guy.
That's why I want them to win the title.
Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that elaborate sign stealing scheme.
Everybody else can have a little taste
of what really happened.
What Florida State fans are feeling right now. It's like,
and TCU found out about it.
Joke, man.
It is, man. It's a sham.
Yep. It's all a
sham, dude. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Or a psychological thing.
So it is. Yeah. It is officially the Orange Bowl versus Georgia.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, I knew it.
Oh man,
that's that. Oh yeah. Oh, you think you're good? Go play Georgia.
Yeah, for real. Like what? Yeah.
I wouldn't even. I wouldn't even want to go to that.
Yeah.
That just makes me sick thinking about it. You're playing Georgia, but it's going to be in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
Here's a statement from Mike Norvell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm disgusted and infuriated with the committee's decision today to have what was earned on the field taken away because a small group of people decided they knew better than the results of the games. What is the point of playing games? Do you tell players it is okay to quit if someone goes down? Do you not play a senior on senior day for fear of injury?
Yeah. Yep.
Where's the motivation to schedule challenging non-conference games? We are not only an undefeated Power 5 conference champion, but we also played 2 Power 5 non-conference games away from home and won both of them. I don't understand how we're supposed to think this is an acceptable way to evaluate a team. I'm hurting for our players who have displayed a tremendous amount of resilience and response this season. What happened today goes against everything that is true and right in college football. A team that overcame tremendous adversity and found a way to win doing whatever it took on the field was cheated today. Yep. It's a sad day for college football.
Preach. It really is. I think he really means that. Of course, his heart's hurt, but I mean, you can kind of see when they were interviewing Jim Harbaugh, and like, there's something wrong with this.
Yeah,
there's something wrong with this. God, what are we doing? We're going to tell, are we supposed to quit? Nope. You quit when someone, like, wait, damn it, don't play your senior on senior day. Damn it. Hell yeah. He's going to be regretting that decision for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So travesty.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they addressed it.
FSU opens as a 12-point underdog.
Of course. Dude, of course. Dude, there's no way. How do you... It's bullcrap, man. And how do you show up to even play this game if you're Florida State?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to have anybody, like you said, if Norvell is going to go in there and be a man, he is not going to break down the trust. He feels absolutely devastated because he's been telling those men what he wanted from him. He got it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just, I know, it's just disgusting.
That's why I'm saying, like, I know it on the outside, it appears weird for me to suggest that Norvell would encourage players to just not play in this game.
After I think about it, I think it's very smart, and I think it's showing them that he looks out for the best of their interest.
You've done everything I've asked for you to do. You know, if those players,
they're not going to want to quit.
No, I know they're not going to want to quit.
They're not going to want to quit.
There'll be some of them that'll.
But I think that
should
be the message.
And it'll be like, listen.
And they're not going. And it doesn't matter. I don't care what happens in this game because it's not going to matter.
Some of them could just be like, "Nah, coach,
it's not going to matter.
And I'm going to play."
Yeah,
like,
that's not going to matter. It's not going to matter.
No,
I don't care what happens in this game. It does not matter. You disgraced the game.
Yeah.
You disrespected the game. And you knew it was inevitably about this once the bylaws came out. Once that they dropped the whole ranking system, right? Once they moved to, let's make it where 12 people in a room decide this, a sport that they sacrifice their freaking health and their livelihoods.
Yeah.
And at least the NFL, they're able to decide it on the field. But these guys are risking injury. Yeah. When they did get injured. And now you're penalizing him. That's what I'm saying. How's he going to live? Oh, he let his team down now. You're going to tell that guy?
Yeah,
like you're not going to preach that you're going to, oh, no, you step up and you no, this is sending all the wrong messages. That's what
you'll see.
This is all the wrong messages. I don't want to hear it about Best. Best doesn't matter in front of the integrity of the sport.
No, it's
because bull crap. I'll tell you right now, Houston team that lost to NC State in college basketball was better than they were better. You know what I mean? I mean,
yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing here? Hey, man, this is a whole new. It just laughs in the face of anybody like Mike Norvell, and I just feel so bad for him, man. And I know, like, oh, he makes millions of dollars, but when you work so hard at something,
yeah,
and he just threw the integrity of it out, and I just feel bad for him. As someone who drowned out the noise, why should he?
Why should he? Yeah.
This goes up there. I want to say, I guess the basketball team, FSU basketball, that didn't get a chance to play in the tournament. That was different because everybody had to suffer that. You know, it was a shared suffrage.
Dude, it was a pandemic.
Yeah, that was a damn worldwide pandemic. Yeah. This was just a damn sham. And it was an absolute sham of the sport. And you knew it was inevitable in the back of my mind. And because you're sitting there listening, and like if you say, for instance, you didn't know anything about football and you were an attorney and you looked at the bylaws and like, well, they're technically not wrong because they're the best and this is how they rank it. But what are you playing the game for?
Yeah, I mean,
that doesn't make it fun. That doesn't make the sport fun. It makes it fun because it's unpredictable. We can't predict who's going to happen.
Right.
We play the games.
None of those guys are showing their formula for how they came up with the best. That's the other thing. Like none of those guys are transparent about why we think these are the best.
It was the injury.
Yeah, we hide behind the collective group.
That was the injury. We hid it behind the narrative that they started pushing immediately.
Like, all right, cool. You gave
and that should have never mattered, man.
ESPN gave you an out, and there you go.
If those other teams were undefeated and there was 5 undefeated teams, okay. Or if they all had one loss, okay. But just sickening.
Yeah.
Sickening, man. Bird watching. And then you realize, like, because, I mean, we were just talking about it doing the SWAC championship reaction last night. You know, Al talked to the SWAC commissioner, and it's just the reality in sports, man. You have a SWAC championship team that's number 5. It can't host a playoff game.
Yeah.
They can't even host one.
Can't even host one.
Nope. Can't even host it because their stadium's not up to capacity or whatever bull crap rule that is. And you have to pay for it. So no, we're going to go to this bowl game where we're going to make some money. By who? Oh, the TV money at the ESPN, because they run the damn sport.
Exactly.
And it's not about playing and controlling what you can control, because you can't control the results of what you work for. As a fan, you're going to lose. It's hard. It's hard, man. You're going to lose some fans.
Yeah, and you should. Nobody wants to watch some.
That's some hard to like.
Yeah.
What I mean, and I know that people are going to. It's just sad, man. And I'd say this to Miami if they, and I hate Miami, but they're in the ACC, and if the same thing happened to them, I'd be just as. I mean, if you're a
fan of any ACC school,
or a Big 12,
yeah,
or anybody that's not those two big ones, because they got four, and this is the future. You're in a AFC, NFC, so get out of the ACC. Have to. What are we doing in here?
Yeah, exactly.
There's got to be collusion. Like, oh, this is ridiculous, and I just feel so bad for those players, man. Just feel so bad for them, man. I don't know what the hell, man. What are we gonna do, man? What are we gonna do now? Huh?
I just start getting Company Van, the Molly Hatchet cover band, up and running.
We had to go.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here, man.
I don't know what else to do.
We gotta get out and ride, Daddy. Yep.
Yeah.
North Florida Sports Network. I was in a daggum. You remember a few years ago?
Yeah.
Hit by the damn car and bike in a damn coma. Almost died.
Yeah, that was nuts, man.
Yeah. I woke up and I was like, damn it, what am I doing? I want to talk about sports.
Well, there's still a lot of sports to talk about.
Sports to talk about. It is what it is.
Like
we might as well start talking about like the Bachelorette. And I need to start watching reality TV.
Well, I'm going to say this, man. There's still pure college athletics out there.
Women's soccer.
Yeah, the majority of them are women's sports.
Right.
Dude. There's really the only enjoyment that dude, like, for real.
Yeah.
The soccer team's legit, man.
It is.
Jordan Dudley is insane.
FSU will be taking on Stanford Monday for the national championship.
Yeah, you can't fake that one.
Can't fake that one in a tournament. But the money created in football is going to be used to fuel the other sports under athletic departments, and you're seeing that already.
Yeah.
In basketball and in baseball. And
I encourage everyone to just watch a lot less college football.
It's sad.
Maybe
man.
just keep it to the Florida State games and not really care about it.
Christmas movies. Ranking Christmas movies.
I mean,
been trying to think about that.
Cousin Eddie's number one, man.
I don't know, man.
No,
I don't know.
No.
I don't know, man. I like Home Alone.
Yeah.
I love Home Alone.
There's a lot of holes in Home Alone. That's all I'm gonna say. All right.
That's it.
Nobody's asking how Pop McAllister has that house. How he's taking that entire family to France, just like it's no thing. And look, Uncle Frank, dude, that guy ain't traveling cheap.
No.
He's going high class meals, high class like nah.
Yeah.
And McAllister's like, oh yeah, I got you. I got you, man.
Yeah, what is Kevin's dad doing?
For real. Like, come on.
Oh God. Well, that's sham.
Sucks,
the TV
man.
show's over. What do you do now? And we'll look forward to it, I guess. We'll think about it. We got NFL games, so we'll try to think about what we're doing. And we'll talk to you then. Right here on the North Florida Sports Network.
We had to go. Our ride was here. We got a shuttle.